Research shows that for students of color, having a teacher with the same race or ethnicity can improve test scores and reduce the likeliness of disciplinary issues. Yet, only 20% of educational leaders in the United States are people of color. RadioActive's Gabe Rambayan introduces us to a teacher and basketball coach of color at Decatur High School in Federal Way, who has become a role model to students of color on and off the court.
Meet Jeffrey Forbes Jr. He is my teacher, basketball coach, and most importantly, role model.
I coach basketball because it's a way of giving back. I always want to give back in my community and make sure that anything I have that is wisdom-wise or experiences that I've been through that I can give to the kids, whether it's something good or bad. Because when I was growing up, I didn't have a lot of people that were really influential and that could guide me.
But getting to that position was never easy. Forbes had faced a lot of adversity and racism growing up as a black and native man.
And one example of that was I had a Monte Carlo SS, the 86. That's considered a drug-dealing car. I would get pulled over every other week or every 2 weeks and be by either the same cop or a different cop. And I didn't think that that was okay.
Forbes also talks about getting followed through the mall and being called names at basketball tournaments.
I've been through a lot of that stuff that people are talking about, but I mean, it's hard to talk about. You know what I mean? You don't want to tell people that you've been through these things and then be like, oh, well, that's just part of life. No, it's not part of life. It's not normal. If anybody says that's normal, it's not normal.
Teachers of color are fairly rare even in today's classrooms. Being one of the few teachers of color in the school stacks on plenty of pressure.
But when you play sports and it's the last couple seconds of the game and you're at the free throw line and you got to make those free throws, I've already been through some of those pressures as a black male or a Native American male. And you take those things and you let that alter and you let that guide you through life. That's why sports are important.
Even with all the pressure, Forbes knows he's more than just a teacher to his students.
We're not teachers now. We are father figure, big brother, big sister, mother figure. I mean, we are nurturing these kids because sometimes they don't get that at home.
For me, a student of color, having a teacher like Forbes has changed my life. I transferred to Decatur my sophomore year barely knowing anyone. After I developed a relationship with Forbes, it made the move almost seamless. I struggled a lot my freshman year, and a lot of times I felt like I had no one to go to. Although I had good teachers, they didn't feel as open to me. So having that kind of connection to your teacher is very important.
Man, I've gone through hell and back. So anything you tell me can't be far off of what I've been through or seen, right? So it's just like, I want to know how they feel about things in their life, or I want to know what they're going through so I can help them get through it.
Forbes has taught me a lot of life lessons and has changed my whole mindset. I went from being late to school every day to waking up at 5 a.m. and getting shots up before school every day, and waking up early on Saturday mornings to get into the weight room. For RadioActive, I'm Gabe Rambayan.